And we are underway in Buffalo. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads, everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
To throw, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now a 2nd and 10. They run for the first time with James Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a guy who spent 7 seasons in a Bills uniform playing against his old mates. It's Tyrod Taylor. looking to put a drive together. In motion right is Wilson. They go play action with Taylor. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with second down coming up.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's Taylor to throw. Now he's going to in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt.
This is taken at the 18.
Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards.
And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Allen to throw it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now Allen. Now he'll and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Allen from the gun on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Play action, now Taylor. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Taylor. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Austin McNamara now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Skirts by him at the 35. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Allen. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. 3rd and 2. Now Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
To throw is Taylor.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Taylor.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Daquan Jones.
His 2nd sack of the night. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Final play of the half. It's Taylor. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Taylor now. A final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So halftime now here on Sunday night primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hanson in Orlando with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson here in the EA studios in Central Florida. If you're a fan of offense, and I know many of us are, this hasn't been the game for you. Zip, zip at the half, a rare score where next score might win. Let's find out who can break through into the third quarter. To call it for us, it's our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Well, these two offensive coordinators, they've likely been busy during the break. What can they do to generate some offense in the second half to come?
So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway?
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Second half starts with a run by Hall.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 66 yards.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there, finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Folk's kick is good.
And with it, they have taken the lead. Now, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. Johnson jostles free.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Taylor.
Outright, he's got Ruckert.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 1 now.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Nick Folk for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4.
Second and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
He gets it to Cooks. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down. From midfield, here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One final try here for Allen. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Play action, it's Taylor. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Here's Taylor. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Taylor. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Allen and the Bills now down 10-0, 2:18 on the clock. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Allen going to throw. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Allen. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
To throw is Allen. He'll try to pick it up himself. Allen hit. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Here's 1st down. Allen. Throw left side to Kincaid. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Throwing, Allen.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now 1st and goal. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And now out come the Jets.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say
And we are underway in Buffalo. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
so they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Bobby Okereke, the man who broke up that pass.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now.
Gunnar Olszewski deep for the Giants.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Pressure comes and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, Dart. Pass incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throwing his Dart. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Pulled in at the 24. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Allen.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
As they've got it as we resume action.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this time Allen will throw. Cook's full extension. It's complete. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Shrugs him off. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
Allen now looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Josh Palmer.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And it's 7-0 Buffalo. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
A gain there of 21 yards. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down.
To throw is Dart. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scattaboo.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Scattaboo is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Dart will throw it on 3rd and goal. He'll try to pick it,
and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Jackson Dart
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Giants have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it, because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one.
Now he'll let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
So halftime now here on Sunday night prime time. Let's get it to Scott Hanson in Orlando with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Looking to put a drive together. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On play action, here's Dart. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Dart. Catch made by Slayton. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Dart. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Dart going to give to Scannaboo.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gano's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, Allen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
1 quarter remains here on Sunday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Here's Allen. Throw complete right side to Cooks.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Throwing now is Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, it's Allen.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Now Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Pass on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now here is Jackson Dart and the Giants. Down 21-10, a little under 2.5 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. To the air, Dart.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Dart. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. To throw, Dart. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Here's 2nd and 10.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here.
Shakir hauls it in. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.
For some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And the Bills get to him. He's brought down. And that sack may change the next play call as it sends him backwards ahead of 3rd down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. His first throw is an interception. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. Well, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3-and-out, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't. We've seen one half of football and no points just yet. Let's see who can finally break that deadlock here in our second half. Fielded at the 7. They're going to track him down, but a nice effort in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Vidal trying this up the gut. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup, and that gives them a first down. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Another run for Vidal. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. Josie Jewell making that stop.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with Vidal. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. May now from the gun. It is caught left side. And he is in. Touchdown.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field with the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Here's Braylon Allen with the return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
They bring pressure, and they're going to get to him. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
Takes this in at the 25. The home team send running back Imani Vidal trotting back out to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. 1st down from the 42. From the gun, it's May. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air. It's May. Has him on the quick hitter. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. All set now. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's May. Big man showing up the yards. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys push their lead further to start the half. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. This is Allen to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson takes it away. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Here's May to the air. Hauled in left side. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. 1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Working inside the red zone. And this is going to be hauled in for the touchdown. These guys make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
So up comes May and his offense, going for 2. All right, they're going to throw for it. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Well, there's a reason he's playing defense, because he couldn't quite corral that one, but in the end, it doesn't matter. He still does the job and denies 2 points.
On now is McManus to kick this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. He is shaking his head, and he's going to be wondering about that kickoff for a while. Couldn't keep it in the field of play, and that offense gets a gift to begin this drive. First down from the 42. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And after all that time, still nowhere to throw it, and they bring him down. Offense up to the line fast. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Left side, it's caught by Rice. And he won't make the marker. They rally to him in time. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Offense is set. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Vidal. Down to the 10. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal.
How about that? Just 2 plays to get them into goal-to-go situation. And if this defense doesn't step up, we could see a touchdown right here.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Vidal does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Vidal now from the pistol. Watching the goal line, but he won't reach it. The defense keeps him out and forces 3rd and goal.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
Here's Vidal on the give. And he's in for the touchdown. These guys keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So up comes May and his offense, going for 2. They'll throw it. And that one's caught. Add a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4th. On now is McManus to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. He brushed him off with ease. And that hit is going to freeze him at this spot. He got stuck right at the 20. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Allen trying this straight ahead. And he's going to be brought down up at the 31. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 31. 1st down, and they go right back to him. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
He's not going to be able to escape, and down he goes. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
We see this all the time. The number 1 thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Along the right sideline, there's space. He does it. Touchdown. These guys continue piling it on here in the 4th. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, there aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know what?
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free.
There he goes, right side. He may go. And touchdown! Kamani Vidal, 68 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. May going to try and throw for it. It's caught, and it's 8-0. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Shoves him aside.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together.
To the air goes Daniels.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Will Anderson.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot. Backed up.
Robinson's got it. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. Standing just outside his own goal line. Taking it about the 36. And he will score. It's a touchdown. A 62-yard punt return as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think That's overtime may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive starts with a run by Allen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They keep it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen.
Kamani Vidal with now his second touchdown of this third quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So the turnover sets it up, and then a touchdown run here on the ensuing play.
And Brandon, a lot of times you see teams take shots in the passing game on a quick change like this. They go right back and throw one for the end zone. Here they just called a running play looking to get a few yards, but he's able to work his way downfield and take it into the end zone. The end result, the exact same thing as going for it in the passing game.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
So the two-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve, because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
K'Lavon Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Douglas with a grab over the middle. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
To throw is Daniels.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Take it at the 37.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Vidal.
The 20 breaks through the contact, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. And they rattle off a big one. 42 yards.
On the give, it's Vidal.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Kamani Vidal.
A dynamo since the break, 3 third-quarter touchdowns. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already...
And he loses the football a second time.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
May going to try to throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And now out comes Houston.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking to put a drive together. Douglas, the man in motion.
Now Daniels. He's got this complete to Robinson.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Throwing now is Daniels.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Daniels. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Alex Highsmith collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Daniels looking to throw.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Daniels.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down.
And he hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a sack. They get to him defensively, but the flag comes in, and I think the D jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. Now a carry for Allen. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays. And
he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Will Anderson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Taking it about the 16. Powering his way forward.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.